Hello again, my lovely sewing friends. My name is Annette, and I'm sewing in Michigan. I hope this finds you well and enjoying the lovely spring-like weather. One of the things I love most about living in Michigan is that we do get 4 seasons, and I am not a hot weather girl. I like the transitional seasons of spring and fall. I even like winter as long as it isn't bitterly cold. Springtime is extra special because we can finally run outside without a coat on. And around here, it means I can jump in the car and go without having to scrape all the snow and ice off the car. So I do enjoy that. Summertime for me is challenging because I don't like to be hot and sweaty. So as long as it stays in the 70s, maybe low 80s, I'm happy. If we start getting up into the high 80s and 90s, I'm not happy, and I can't wait for that to be over. Thankfully, that kind of weather doesn't last long around here. But I've spent a lot of my life in northern Michigan, both the northern lower peninsula and the upper peninsula, and on the lakes. So summer on the lakes in northern Michigan is 70s and breezy, and that is my ideal kind of season. But I am enjoying things right now. I have the windows open. Nellie is sitting in the kitchen window sniffing the breeze. I can see her little nostrils going, so she's enjoying that. And I'm enjoying doing some sewing, some new makes, and thinking about springtime garments to make. One of the things I did make is what I'm wearing. This is the Donnie shirt. It's one of my most recent makes, and as soon as I finished it, I did cut out another one because I want to make another one. Today I have something special and unusual to share with you. It's a double unboxing. Now, the reason I have 2 subscription boxes to open today for you is because I had subscribed to the Sew Hayley Jane box a couple of months ago. I had put it off for a long time, but finally the FOMO took over, looking at the beautiful fabrics and seeing the things that people were opening up. And so I ordered the Sew Hayley Jane box for myself. And I received the April box as my first box. I opened that for you here on YouTube, and I have just finished making a dress out of that fabric that I'm going to be showing to you in my next video. But it was shortly after I received that April box that Hayley announced that she was shutting down the subscription box service due to the fact that it just wasn't financially feasible for her anymore. So she stated that the May box would be the last one. So I received the April box from Sew Hayley Jane, and I just got the May box a couple weeks ago, and that is going to be the last one, unfortunately. Beautiful stuff inside as always, and I can't wait to show you. But the fact that I was not going to get any more Sew Hayley Jane boxes led me to think about, well, should I subscribe to another box? I thought, I'd really like to get a subscription box. And I had seen a lot of people unbox the Behind the Pink Door, the Think Pink subscription box from Behind the Pink Door. And that stuff always looked really nice to me too. And I thought, well, maybe I'll subscribe to that one. And if I do it right away, maybe there won't be a gap in getting a box. So I subscribed, and that one shipped right away. So I got the Think Pink box shortly after that last So Hayley Jane box. So, long story short, these two subscriptions have overlapped by a month, which means I have two to show you today, which is really exciting. So we're going to start with the So Hayley Jane box. And again, this is the last one ever, sadly. But I'm happy to have it. There's some really beautiful stuff in here that I'll hold up and show you. Sorry about the little gap there. I had to clear my throat. I was getting froggy. Okay, in the So Hayley Jane box, and this is the luxury box that I have, you get 3.5 meters of the main fabric. You get 1 meter of a supplemental fabric. You get a pattern, thread, and a couple of gifts, and a sweet treat. So for this month, let's go through these. The pattern is Atelier Scammet Legend Pants. Let me hold that up so you can see. It looks like a drawstring waist pant. So that'll be a nice thing to make for summertime. Probably won't do that one right away because I'm in dresses mode right now. But it looks like a good one. It looks like one that I will like. The little supplemental gifts, we got some ribbon that is, gotta hold this upright. This is a pink ribbon that is a leopard print, and it's not coming up so pink on camera, but it is kind of a bubblegum candy pink color in real life. Maybe holding it back toward me makes the pink show up a little more. I don't know what I'll do with that, but it's pretty and I'm sure I will use it. We got this little spool from, it says Generates on it, and this is Generates binding spool. Little plastic spool that you can wind ribbon or lace or elastic on to keep it in your stash. The sweet treat was something I've never had before. They're called Love Hearts. And when I saw Love Hearts, I was thinking of the conversation hearts that we Americans are used to getting at Valentine's Day that are just kind of a chalky little candy. These are different. These remind me of, have you ever had bottle caps? The ones that are a little bit fizzy? That's what these are like. So I would call them a cross between Sweet Tarts and bottle caps. There were two of these. I already ate one. Had to try it out. But those are good. And then, okay, the fabric. Now, the supplemental fabric, of which I have 1 meter, is a viscose twill in this beautiful purple color. And again, it's showing up a little different on camera. It is more of a grape purple. Let me see if I can, yeah, kind of a grape purple color, which I love the color. I'm not sure what I'll do with the fabric, but I love the color. Very pretty. And here we go for the big stuff. My thread is black. You always get a spool of Gutermann thread. And my 3.5 meters of main fabric is called Wild Botanics Trudy Chambray. It's 60% linen, 40% viscose. So it's a linen viscose blend. It is 57 inches wide, and there's 3.5 meters, which is almost 4 yards. And look at this beautiful floral. And it is a kind of a wide weave, kind of a thicker feeling fabric. So it is listed as mostly linen, partly viscose. I think the viscose is what makes it a little softer and drapier. It doesn't have any stretch to it, but I'm going to hold up the whole piece so you can see the colors. Look at that. Isn't that so beautiful? And I want to make a dress from that. When I have enough fabric to make a dress and it's such beautiful fabric, I think I would love to have a dress out of that. Now, since it is a thicker and heavier fabric, I'm not sure if I should save it for like a fall dress, a long sleeve dress perhaps, or if I should just make it up now and love wearing it. So that is what came in the So Hayley Jane luxury box for May, which sadly is the very last one. And Hayley includes her little magazine with that, and most of it was a farewell to her subscription box part of her business. Now, she is going to continue her business of supporting sewists the world over, and she has a new what would I call it? Kind of like a club you can join called Thready Set Go, where you can go to online sewing socials and watch tutorials and chat with other sewists. So if that sounds interesting to you, you might want to check that out. Now for the second box, the Think Pink subscription. The Think Pink box, it's pink. Isn't that pretty? And the pattern on the box is a little hint about the fabric that's inside. Now this box is a little smaller in size than the So Hayley Jane one, and it includes different things. So there is no pattern in this box, but there is a lot of wonderful stuff. Now, for this box, the theme is Celebrate the Wins, which I think we should always do. And on the back of the card, there's a QR code that you scan, and that takes you into the e-magazine that goes with this box. So it doesn't come with a printed magazine, but when you go into the e-magazine, it's one of those formats where you can flip the pages, and there's a little video from Andrea. You know, you can click on the video and she tells you about the box and the colorways and things like that. There's 4 colorways of this fabric. There's 2.5 meters of fabric in this one. So here's what I received. There's a little bag of goodies. So all the little notions and trinkets come inside the bag, so they're not just all rolling around in the box. So I'm going to dump this out and show you what I got. Okay, some little gifts that you get. This is a seam ripper. Isn't it cute? And it has a little rubbery top on it. And now we can always use more seam rippers, right? Because I tend to kind of misplace them. But the interesting thing about this rubbery little top is that it has a function. After you do your unpicking, you can rub this across the little short pieces of thread and pick them up quickly that way, gather them up quickly. That's what that is supposed to be for. So that sounds really handy. Another gift we got, and this might make you chuckle after showing you the last box, it's in this little kind of like wax paper envelope, and when I open it up, it is okay, come on. It is another one of these spools for trim from Generates, but this one has the Behind the Pink Door logo printed on it. So I have 2 of these now, and they're supposed to be very handy for organizing your stash of trim and ribbon and things like that. So I look forward to using that. And then you also get a sweet treat in this box, and this month it is this bag of chocolates. These are white chocolates. Very fancy. I will take them out and show them to you. We have seashell. We have a star. Whoops, sorry. A star with sprinkles on it. Sprinkles are on the back side. We have a circle with sprinkles. We have a pink heart with sprinkles on the back side. And we have a chocolate star with sprinkles on the back side. So 5 pieces of chocolate, which is a generous amount of sweets, I think, and I will look forward to trying those. I've held off so I could show them to you, and it wasn't easy. And then my thread, are you ready? Look at that beautiful bright blue. That is a clue to the colorway of the fabric that I got. Now, are you ready? This is amazing. This is a viscose, and it's in a confetti print. Would you look at that? I'm going to hold it up. Oh, so beautiful. And it is Andrew's birthday month, and so this is like birthday celebration print. I understand that this print was done specifically for the boxes by Rachel Parker is the name of the artist. And Andrea said in her video that she's had this fabric before in Beyond the Pink Door in I believe in a stretch jersey, but had these printed for her birthday boxes. And this comes in 4 colorways. I got the one I would have wanted. This blue is gorgeous, but it comes in a kind of white or creamy background. It comes in a hot pink background, very much like the box, and a black background in addition to this royal blue. Now, the black background one to me looks very similar to this royal blue. It's only slightly different, but those are the 4 colorways. She does have more of this fabric for sale in her shop. So if you love this and you'd like to purchase some, go on Beyond the Pink Door and you can buy it there. Also, people who got the boxes but want to make something that requires more fabric than what they got can also buy some additional yardage or meterage, as they say. There, yeah, it has on the selvage, it has Beyond the Pink Door, so it was exclusively printed for them. But I love that. I think that would make a beautiful blouse. 2.5 meters, but it is wide. It's dressmaking with material, so I'm sure you could probably get a dress out of it. Now, the dresses I make tend to use a lot of fabric. I just finished one dress out of the Hayley Jane fabric from last month that I will show you in my next video that took, there was 3.5 meters of dressmaking with fabric in that box, and I used pretty much every bit of it in that dress. I cut out another one of those dresses in a cotton that was more narrow, and I needed something like 4.5 yards of that cotton because for the skirt and for the sleeves you had to actually, you couldn't cut it with the fabric selvage to selvage. You actually had to open it up and fold it like bottom to top to get it wide enough to cut out some of the pattern pieces, which is why I needed extra of that. But with 2.5 meters of, which is almost 3 yards of dressmaking with material, I'm sure you could get a dress out of that if you were so inclined. So that is what I have to show you today. The next video is going to be that dress I just made that I am so happy with. I could not be happier. I haven't been happier with something I've made in quite a long time. I was not that thrilled with that red gingham dress that I showed you recently. It's okay, but I don't imagine getting a lot of wear out of it because I don't love it. But the one I just finished, I love. So stay tuned for that one in the next video. And thank you for joining me today. I hope you're doing well. Please take care. Bye-bye.